we understand, is also making some changes themselves. The company has announced the appointment of a, quote, safety czar for their particular airline.
As you probably know, early reports indicated that Flight 592 had some smoke in the cockpit before it crashed. What may surprise you is how often that actually happens. One piece of equipment could stop that, but apparently the FAA is not doing anything about it. 7's Patrick Frazier is working on an exclusive inside report. He is in the tape center tonight with a preview now. Patrick?
Well, Kelly, a lot of aviation experts have concluded that smoke in the cockpit causes a lot of crashes, and a few are convinced the crash of the ValuJet in the Everglades could have been avoided if something had been done. Now, this training tape shows what it's like to fly in a smoke-filled cockpit. The ValuJet pilot radioed smoke was filling the cabin of the DC-9 before it crashed. Now, the FAA requires airlines to have smoke removal systems, but critics say they're not effective and are causing crashes. And what do the pilots think? Well, they say they certainly can't fly in a cockpit filled with smoke.
If you can't see the instrument panel, then you can't. There's no way that you can fly the airplane, because the human sense of direction is really poor in a blank environment, such as, you know, in a smoke-filled cockpit.
Now, tonight, we're going to talk with an expert who will say point blank, if they had had a smoke removal system that was better in that DC-9, that ValuJet would still be flying and those people would still be alive. We'll have that for you coming up at 6 o'clock.
Thank you very much, Patrick.
All right, we're going to stay on top of this story for you. Several headlines that we're going to be following for you as we look at live pictures from the scene. A 50-second lapse at the very end before the crash, according to officials. Also, 50 to 60 oxygen generators were part of the cargo, including 3 inflated tires. It's part of the developments. They are part of the developments that we are following for you on this as we follow the crash of Flight 592.
And if you're not familiar with these oxygen generators, we're going to show you the little canister and what it does and why, there it is right there, why it possibly may be to blame for this crash.
Also, the final minutes of Flight 592, a closer look at what the flight data recorder actually revealed and what it didn't reveal when 7 News continues.
7 News, brought to you in part by your South Florida Ford dealer and by Circuit City.
Why is this red Honda